Hi, this is Jeff. I'm with Castile Property Management. We do more than just watch your rental properties. We protect it, cultivate it, and help your investment grow. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 specific things that we send out to tenants on a rotating monthly basis. Each one of these things are really important. This is something that you'll want to do as a landlord to make sure that's happening. Because tenants can get reminders in their email that will help prevent maintenance problems, maintenance disasters, and big expenses down the road. So especially hold on and listen to all 8 of them. The last one has actually saved my clients thousands and thousands of dollars. So make sure you wait and hear what that one's going to be, because it's really important, especially during the winter months. So one of the letters that we send out on a rotating basis is in the fall, and then also later on in the winter months. We remind tenants to make sure that their water hoses are disconnected from the house. This is potentially a big problem. It's important because what happens is when your hose is connected and it freezes, that water that's inside is trapped, and it'll expand, it'll break your pipes inside the walls. And then come spring, when things fall out, you're gonna have, or thaw out, you're gonna have a flood in your basement or on the ground floor. And of course, floods are expensive. And so we try and prevent those kind of things by sending out these emails on a regular basis to just remind tenants. We also remind the tenants that they're responsible for the general upkeep of the yard. So if the weeds are getting thick, they need to make sure that they're taking care of the weeds or spraying the weeds, keeping the weeds out of the grass and out of the lawn. So what we don't want to do is come up for an inspection and find that the lawn has been overtaken by dandelions and other weeds and such. So again, we send out those reminders on a recurring basis, make sure that they get the reminders they need so that we can prevent problems down the road. It's also really important to make sure that the air filter is getting changed. So we send out reminders to the tenants. We don't go and change those ourselves. We feel that's an expense that the owner doesn't need to incur. So we send out reminders to the tenants multiple times throughout the year and say, remember to change your air filters. We encourage them to put those reminders on their phone also, so that these can get taken care of. So it's important tenants use their bathroom fans, especially in a small bathroom. They take a long shower, it gets really hot and humid inside of here. And if they don't turn the fan on or open a window, you can get all kinds of humidity and water moisture problems. So again, we send out reminders a couple times a year, reminding them, make sure you use this fan. Leave it running for about 20 minutes after you're done with the shower, especially if it's those small bathrooms. Often we get requests from tenants telling us that the drain is plugged, whether it's a shower, toilet, or kitchen sink. And we send out notices to the tenants reminding them and letting them know that typically that's not a sign that there's a maintenance problem, like something wrong with the plumbing, right? It's generally because they put too much in the garbage disposal, or too much hair down the shower sink. Whatever it is, it's something that they've clogged. And of course, we're happy to send out our plumber, and we're happy to get that taken care of. But we try to give them advance notice and understanding that those are typically expenses that we would need to charge them for. We're always happy to have proper maintenance costs go to the landlord, the property owner, but we also need to be fair. And so if there's an expense that the tenant's responsible for, like a clogged drain, that typically ends up being an expense for the tenant. So some things that you can do to clear your drains yourself. Of course, you can always hire your own plumber. You can always ask us, and we'll charge you the cost of that. So if you're still having a hard time clearing the garbage disposal, it's just jammed, it's not running, there's usually a reset button on the bottom. What it does is, if it's jammed, rather than burn the motor out, it'll pop the reset button off. And once you get it cleared, you can just push that reset button back in. You'll get power back to your garbage disposal. A way to help clear it, you can stick an Allen wrench right here on the underside of your garbage disposal. give it just a little manual turn, and that'll turn all the gears inside the garbage disposal. And sometimes that'll just break a chicken bone loose or whatever is jammed in there, and then you can reach in and pull it out. So some things you can do to save yourself a little bit of money, a little bit of hassle. Also, when clearing a toilet, you know, a plunger always works good, but realize there's two different kinds of plungers and they have different functions. So the more cone-shaped plungers, those work well on a toilet. There's some that are just flat, and those don't work as well on a toilet. They're actually more for in a shower. So if you have a shower that's plugged where it's a flat surface, get a flat plunger, stick it on there, it suction cups to the floor a little bit better, and it can help break up any clogs inside the drain there. It's really important at Castile Property Management. All of our rental properties have these keypad deadbolts for various reasons. It helps in our management process. It saves the property owner money. That'll be another video that we can talk about later, is the importance of these locks. But along with electronic locks comes a power source. So they have a battery in the back. They need to get changed regularly so they continue to function properly. Of course, there's warnings and flashing lights, but we send out reminders to tenants. We remind them, hey, it's really easy to change the batteries. There's just a couple screws on the back, unscrew them, pull out a 9-volt battery, stick on a new one, just to keep the locks functioning and working properly. One thing to never ever do not use Drano or any such products. They don't work. They're a waste of money. Best case scenario is they don't work. What often happens is, because they're very corrosive, they will even damage the shiny finish on your drains and on the drain covers and anything that they touch. They're very corrosive. And so you might have a nice shiny looking drain cover, and after you're done using Drano, all that shininess is corroded off. The drain it will now just start rusting. It's been ruined. So don't use Drano. If you have any questions, if you need some help, of course, call in a professional. So now for the most important, the thing that has saved my clients thousands and thousands of dollars is we encourage our tenants to make sure they know where the main water shutoff valve is in their home. We even typically have tags hanging on them. I don't have that right here because this is my own home, but these reminders go out a couple times a year. We tell them, make sure you know where those main water shutoff valves are. And even if you're going out of town for an extended period of time on holiday, vacation, something like that, even turn it off just before you go. It's good exercise on the valves to keep them moving so they don't get seized up. But it's also good so that if there is some little maintenance plumbing issue that hasn't been discovered yet, that it won't be discovered when you get home, when you've been gone for a week and you've had water pouring out of the ceiling the whole time, right? So we encourage them to turn these off, make sure they know where they are, and they get a couple reminders throughout the year. We always want to make sure anything that could be a big disaster, if we can make sure to keep that under control so that it just becomes a little plumbing issue instead of a big maintenance disaster. If you need some help, please go to our website. We've put a link in the comments below, and you can go there, schedule a consultation. We'd be happy to talk to you more about it. And thank you for watching. We'll be posting more videos about how to screen tenants and best landlord practices. So please like our video, give us a thumbs up, write any comments or questions below. And Jeff from Castile Property Management.